Hello, everybody. Welcome back. All right, I'm just going to bring all the players in. Everybody say hi. They're laughing in the background. There we go. How is everybody? We are so excited and happy and thrilled and perfect to be here. Everything is perfect.
Everything's fine. Nothing is bad at all.
I just wanted to I want to start this session with a bit of a recap of our last session because there was so much happening. There was so much information that I just kind of wanted to go through, spend a little bit time up top and see what you all remembered, what you didn't remember, what? I was really unclear about, and you all were like, that didn't make any sense, so I'll just move on from that. And we'll just see how that goes. The session 12, our previous session, started with you all finding Nilrum's note, which was these notes that this old astronomer or astrologer or wizard wrote about like things in the stars and the arcane. Was there anything that jumped out to you guys about that?
I just realized that Nilrim backwards is Merlin.
There we go. There we go. Somebody
I'm a little slow.
Somebody in the Discord recommended that name, and I took it. And that's how you know you're never gonna meet that character. They're never showing up. So there you go.
We didn't figure that out for like the first two sessions we heard.
No, I actually did.
Anthony knew it right away.
Say it.
Anthony would know that right away. So you found that note, which had some information about the arcane and what they might do with dreams and stuff, and crafting spell jamming helms. Anything to add on that? No.
Aliens.
Well, we still don't know. Yeah, we don't know why they're targeting Tisryn.
Sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's an open question.
It was like they use dreams. They can't do it themselves, so they have to use dreams from other beings, and they're from the sky.
Amazing.
And that it looks like that some of the stuff is directly related to what's happened with Kolgola, Tisryn's mentor.
You all did some classes. You had a stone skipping contest, and then I just I just wondered if you could talk a little bit about your interpretation of the conversation you had with Bartholomew.
Oh no! Oh no! You said light and fun.
It's really fun and light and easy.
It's really fun.
I just like as a player, like what did you sort of take from that conversation?
Well, I think I said this to you afterwards, but there's always like points in a D&D campaign where like the stakes kind of punch you in the face. Of going from like whether it's like a really like a more lighthearted campaign, which I feel like ours is, or like a very strategic, very classic like D&D campaign. There's always a point where that happens or feels more heavy than it usually does, and that was one of them because I did not expect you to say that at all. Any of it. I just was not. It wasn't stuff that was on my radar, and I think the stuff that I focused the most on when making Rufus was his family. The fact that it immediately went there and immediately went to something so serious
basically I totally blindsided you is what you're saying.
I was blindsided, and I was then voted off the island, and it felt like a punch in the gut. And it like genuinely made me upset, and I had to I didn't know how to react to it.
To recap that, and you can tell me if I'm getting anything wrong, Blue. Bartholomew said that his father basically stole your mother's dreams and killed her, and then she was brought back to life by River the Understanding, but was sort of changed and had lost some really important parts of her personality, and that Bartholomew's father had made his sister give up her dreams and that he was kind of next. And then you told Bartholomew that you were going to kill his dad.
Yeah.
And Bartholomew also said that, that he might be able to contact or figure out what's inside this book as well.
Yeah. Yes. It up to that point, it had felt very like when we talked about Bartholomew and like what he was gonna be. It felt very still like somewhere in like a lighthearted place of like, yeah, I know there's a deeper connection with this person that I could have, but like I'm still very much on the surface of it. That completely breached it, and then made me question like why he was talking to me in the first place. And yeah, I think it's made it a lot more interesting, that relationship. But yeah, it definitely, I reacted from a place of like that's a hurt child place of immediate like, okay, I'm gonna deal with it, and you're gonna deal with me dealing with it, and that's it.
And then after that, you all went and partied and had fun drinking games and experimental liquids, not liquors. And it sort of ended with you all seeing some, friendships being rekindled possibly. And then it ended with some flail snails going by, and then I think it was a dagger sticking in the back of one as what you think is probably a simulacrum of Stefan is standing outside sort of calling to you with the flying whore that went missing. And I think that's where we're going to pick up.
And I think it's very important to note that everyone's in their like fancy party outfits.
We are in our fancy party,
which I really want to see fan art. Please make fan art of this. It would make my whole day. It would make my whole week. It would make my whole month. Please. Thank you.
I love that we were expecting, at least I was expecting the flying whore, not expecting Stefan, because when you explained that Stefan's room, there was just a hole in the window, Ian was like, I don't care.
And then, oh yeah.
Forgot about it.
We also totally, I don't care, and also you both spit on his bed. Let's not forget that.
And Hamburger also spit
and
on
Hamburger
his
spit
bed too.
Yeah,
on the bed as
Did
well.
a little lizard spit.
So as we pick up Stefan Gallo, or this strange, like as you all come outside and see Stefan, and you can see like his body is sort of like almost watery. It's not fully formed, but you can also see, he is armed as well, and he has this sort of creature, its wings flapping. It's like hooded at the moment with a rope. And he's like called you out to sort of taunt you, and you've all made your way outside. Is there anything you want to say, or do you want to just get into this battle?
I'm gonna turn to everyone else that's, I'm assuming, still in the house and just say, everybody stay inside! This looks like Stefan, but this is not a human.
Yeah, you can see most of the party is sort of like pressing up against the windows and looking out, very confused if it's like some weird spat you guys are having, or if this is going to get violent. So there's definitely the sort of energy of like fight, but with people unsure of how it's going to go, and also maybe a little bit afraid of this flying whore that is there as well. Anything else?
Should we not ask for help from anyone? Is there anyone who could help us? No?
Does anyone know how to fight?
Anybody who can fight, come fight with us.
Roll a persuasion check.
All right, nobody
5.
fights at this point.
5.
Aww.
Nobody steps up. As people are just confused if like what is happening. So why don't we just get into this battle?
Yeah.
Everybody roll initiative. We've got the Stefan simulacrum here. We've got the flying whore here. We've got Jeeps and the other characters there as well, whose names 16. I all forgot.
Dirty 20.
16. 18 and 20. All right. First up is that's 18. First up is the flying horror. You see this thing open its mouth, and this wave of sound, this horrible scream. You see its mouth just extend so wide, unhinges its jaw. It has these sharp teeth that open up, and this terrible, piercing scream echoes. Everybody make a wisdom saving throw. And I'll make one for Jeeps as well.
19.
Passes. 19.
5.
5.
9.
9. Rufus and Tisryn, you are both frightened of this creature who is flapping like 10 feet in the air. And
what does that mean? That means we have to spend our turn running as far away from it as possible?
No, you...
Or we just can't go any closer to it?
You have... Frightened in this occurrence is disadvantage on attack rolls while you are within line of sight of the creature, and you can't willingly move any closer to this creature.
Okay.
Up next is Rufus.
Can I roll to when is it?
You roll at the end of your turn to try and
gotcha.
the fear effect.
Okay. That's awful. Can I willingly get out of its line of sight?
Yeah, but you have to move away from it. But you definitely
Yes.
can.
Okay. Yeah. Can I move backwards?
You want to run in the house?
No. Just behind someone.
Oh, you
So
want
it
to run
That
behind?
won't do it.
Yeah, you have
Can I-
to.
won't
You
do
have
it.
to totally block line of sight. You can't just stand behind Jeeps.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll stay there. All right. In that case, I'll try to cast infestation. Well, it's at will, but it's a con save.
Okay, who on Stefan or the flying horror?
On the horror.
All right, Constitution save. That will definitely
14.
be a fail.
Oh, awesome. Okay. That's gonna be a lot of fleas.
All right.
It's 1d6 poison damage and
Okay.
moves 5 feet in a random direction.
All right. I'm gonna roll a d6 for this random direction.
Or d4?
Sure. It moves randomly. These small fleas start crawling all over its body and flies 1 square to the left. How much damage does it take?
1d6 poison damage.
All right. Do you want to roll that, Blue?
Yep, that's 4.
There you go. All right. Up next is Tisryn. Tisryn.
So,
sorry. Rufus, will you roll for your fright?
Yes.
So roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. That's going to be a 14.
14 passes. You are no
Oh,
longer
thank
frightened.
God. Okay.
Well done. You shake off the fear coursing in your body as people cheer a little bit in the background, but a little bit afraid as well. And you can see all of them are like covering their ears as well as you kind of look over your shoulder. Tisryn,
I'm like
what are
looking
you
away,
gonna do?
and I'm gonna try to just like chuck a dart, but it's at disadvantage, right?
Yeah, who do you want to chuck the dart at? Do you want to chuck it at the flying aberration? Can't keep saying horror.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make an attack.
That would be 13.
A 13 misses. You fling the dart and it just sails, sticks in a tree nearby. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
How can I fly up onto the roof?
Sure.
That's away from, behind?
Certainly. Yeah, you can fly up onto the roof, like maybe right back here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. You flap your wings and sort of take a perch. How many feet off the ground do you think you want to be?
I don't know how tall, however tall the...
There's probably like two There's like a 20-foot high and then like a 30-foot high.
30 foot. 30
All right,
foot,
so you're up at the very top of this roof. Up next is this...
Wait, I get to try to save, and I fail.
Yeah, you fail.
An 8.
An 8. Yeah, you're still very frightened of this creature. Up next is this simulacrum of Stefan, who has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, but it looks unlit and kind of chewed on. It's all very weird. He starts rushing towards you guys. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right towards you, Tuyen. And you can see he pulls out a little crossbow, just a hand crossbow, and makes one attack at you, Tuyen. Does a 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay, you take 6 points of damage as this crossbow bolt sort of jams in your rib cage. And he sort of smiles creepily, like his face is almost a little misshapen as he does this strange, uncomfortable smile at you. It is now your turn.
Okay. I would like to... that's for... Okay. I would like to... the range is 30 feet, so I'd like to run forward.
Okay.
Towards the flying horror.
All right. If you want to go past Stefan, you probably have to take an attack of opportunity or curve around him.
You can curve around him.
Curve around him?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. Yes. And I would like to cast Hideous Laughter on the horror. It has range of 30 feet.
All right. What's the save on that?
Wisdom saving throw 11.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. This is not a very wise creature, and that is going to fail with the 10. So what happens to this creature?
It falls prone, and it becomes incapacitated and unable to stand up.
All right.
Was it flying?
It was flying, so I guess it would take probably 1d6 of damage as it falls to the ground. That's only 1 point of damage, though, unfortunately.
Okay.
But it crashes to the ground, is prone. What is the joke you tell to get it to start laughing?
Okay, let me think.
Take your time.
Let me think.
You can take a horror to water, but you can't teach it to drink. What?
There you go.
Okay, thank you, Anthony,
That's very
for
good.
saving me. And so then that would release the
fear effect
thing that it has on.
is not a concentration, so the fear is just still coursing through Tisryn's body, but it is
Okay.
incapacitated.
Okay.
For now.
And then as a bonus action, could I give my bardic inspiration to Rufus?
Absolutely. Yeah, you turn back and
Say, I know you've had a very rough night. I love you.
I vomit.
Oh no!
you hear
You
everyone.
drank a lot.
Wait, did you drink at all? I thought you didn't drink at all.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I drank nothing. Tisryn drank a lot.
Tisryn drank a lot.
Up next is Jeeps. Jeeps is going to 5, 10, step in front of you, Rufus, and fling one of his little throwing stars at this strange simulacrum, which is going to miss. He just sort of flings it right into the ground and says, sorry, sir. Best of luck. After Jeeps, you see coming out of the house and standing next to you is Bartholomew, who comes charging out. He seems upset and angry. He comes charging 5, 10, 15 and faces this simulacrum who was harrying you guys. And you see he picks up his hands and starts pulling this crackling line of energy and then fires this burst of lightning in a straight line, slamming into a tree which goes up in flames and explodes as he casts Firebolt. Or Lightning Bolt. Firebolt is nothing. Lightning Bolt. Let's see. And that is going to be a fail.
This strange lightning comes out of his hands and it's
3,
fire.
4, 10, 14, 18, 22, 26 points of damage as this lightning bolt explodes through this simulacrum's body. And he's sort of like breathing heavily, looks extremely focused, and you can see just out of the corner of your eyes, Rufus, he sort of turns to look at you, determined for a moment, and then turns back to the fight. Up next is the flying aberration, as it is now known. I'm going to see if it gets its frightening screech back. It does not.
It's incapacitated.
Yes,
first,
indeed.
right?
That's just to see if it recharges or not. It can't do anything, right, Ian? And does it get a save at the end of it?
Save.
All right,
it has to save on the wisdom.
All right, so it's going to do another wisdom saving throw. It's laughing. This horrible laugh. There's like weird spittle coming out of its long, sharp teeth. It's like flicking up in the air. It's just disgusting. That is going to fail. That's an 8. Oh, wow. Great. So it is just thinking this joke is the funniest thing it's ever heard. Wow. Up next is Rufus.
I'm gonna walk out from behind. I'm not frightened anymore. I'm gonna walk out from behind Jeeps, and walk to the same level as where Bartholomew is.
Sure.
And just turn and look at him, and then I have nothing to say. And I want to cast a second level chromatic orb.
All right.
With lightning as well, but kind of like while I'm looking at him. And
sort of like I can do it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if
Great.
it were a musical number, it would be anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh, that's the sort of energy. Okay.
Yeah, and then
All right.
everybody inside the house would pull out an instrument that was strapped to the back of their... All right.
Well, it just so happens that's exactly what I wrote for this moment, so...
I love today. Okay, we're gonna...
All right, roll an attack.
Okay, and that's on... who did... Oh, no, he missed. No, he didn't miss. Who did he hit?
Simulacrum here?
Yes, yeah.
Great.
All
right, roll an attack.
That's going to be a 23 to hit.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And
Take that, you Slamalamaca!
I kept trying to spell that in our episode descriptions of how you say it, and it was basically how I would spell it normally, so it worked out.
That's 17
points of damage. Yeah, just another burst of lightning explodes off the side of this being. You can see it's almost like a splash of water comes out of its body, not blood. It's very bizarre. And you've definitely...
Water, you say?
Oh,
Water, you say? Okay, anyways.
All right. It's time for some bending. Tisryn.
Aw.
I'm still looking away, and I sort of fling a dart at the Slamalamaca.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Because I'm too
an
far
attack.
away. That is is it a 13?
A 13 will miss as it sticks in the ground. Go ahead and make a save for your fright.
8.
Oh,
A wisdom? Don't you have good wisdom?
I do.
Fear
I rolled a 5 plus
coursing
3.
through your body. You're shaking. It's getting. Everyone's asking, what is the clicking and dripping and clacking noise? Does anybody know what that is? Anthony, is that you? It doesn't matter.
yeah, it's the Wi-Fi.
I think it's the Wi-Fi. No, it's something else. Well, Anthony's not using his regular mic because we had a bit of tech difficulties. So, as always, suffer with us because we are really professional and everything we do is perfect. Up next is the simulacrum. It is going to turn and charge at you, Rufus, who just hit it, and it is going to make 3 attacks with its rapier as it tries to swing you. The first one is a natural 20.
Oh,
The second is a 17.
Oh
and
my god!
The third is a 10.
I made a move out of pride and I shouldn't have done it.
But the last one I don't think hits, right, with a 10?
It does not.
All right. Let's see. That's going to be the first one is going to be 10 points of damage.
The first one was a crit, right?
The crit is going to be 10 points of damage. Oh,
Okay.
wow. I'm rolling so low. And the second is only 5 points of damage. So 15 points of damage in total.
With a crit and 2 hits? Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
I
yeah,
rolled a 2 and a 1 on the damage. So lucky. you.
No.
Lucky.
I'm-
you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's still like more than halved me, but I'm up. I'm good.
Up next is Tuyen.
All right. I'm going to charge towards the Stephanolacrum
Yeah, turn
and
around. 5, 10, 15.
and say,
your
"I've
close."
always hated you," and attempt. It might not work, but I'm going to attempt to destroy water.
I love this. All right. I know that you probably can't do this as the spell is written, but I'm absolutely going to allow it. So you're going to basically see, like, you can see where Rufus's lightning hit, where instead of blood, it's like just pouring out this water. Will you read to me destroy water, like what the spell actually is?
You destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range. Alternatively, you can destroy fog in a 30-foot cube within range.
Okay. It just says that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that it's going to be a Constitution saving throw plus your probably a Constitution 11 because that's your save. And it'll be 6d6 if he fails and 3d6 if he passes.
Okay.
All right, so he's gonna make a con saving throw as you kind of put your hands out. Or how do you try and like destroy water? What does that look like for you?
It's very much like a full like Katara waterbending moment where like Tuyen reaches out his hand and then just goes.
All right, he rolled a goddamn 5, so he failed. So roll 66 of water as you just basically compact his body.
That is 19.
Wow. Yeah, you just see like his body start to crumple as he like starts to cave in on himself, and he's like losing his sense of almost personality and just almost looks like feral in a very strange way. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn after that?
Okay, so that was a spell. As a bonus action, what can I do? Hang on. I can use the Elmar's prayer beads as a bonus action.
You've already cast a spell, so you couldn't cast another with
Oh.
those. You could do Bardic Inspiration or any of your roguish cunning actions.
I will do steady aim to give myself advantage on my next attack roll.
That you would do on your turn because you've already used your movement on this turn.
Oh, on current turn. Sorry,
Yeah.
I read that wrong. I just saw next attack roll and I stopped reading.
I'm ready.
You know, I hate to read.
We all
alright, I
do.
guess
Everybody
I
hates
will-
reading, right, guys? Anyway.
No. I could do cutting action to dash, disengage, or hide. Could I hide behind Bartholomew? Or is there any object?
There's not really anywhere you can hide.
Okay.
I really wanted
In
to
that
let you
case,
hide by
that's okay.
Bartholomew, but it would just be so bad that it would be.
I think I'm also
my feelings.
I think I'm also taller than him, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's okay.
that would severely hurt my feelings.
That is all for me. Though.
All right. Jeeps is gonna come up and try and whack this simulacrum with his little
Aw.
silvered cane. He's going to miss. You just hear like the whoosh sound.
He's
and
not been doing well in the last
No.
week. We've got.
no, he has not been doing well.
Neither am I.
Such a willing creature who isn't wearing armor. Rufus, you feel a hand on your shoulder as Bartholomew kind of puts a steady hand on your shoulder, and then you feel a surge of magic energy sort of encase you as he casts mage armor on you.
I was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine.
He just looks very determined and isn't really listening to your protestations. I don't know. How do you say that word, Anthony?
What?
Protestation, I think.
All right. That sounds like I'm talking about a Protestant, but whatever. So your AC is 13 plus your Dex modifier now. Your AC has gone up.
He looks upset.
Is 13?
13 plus your Dex modifier.
Oh. Where do you hear D16?
Up next is the flying creature. It does not get its frightening screech back. It is going to try and save from the laughter, and if it fucking fails, oh my god, I've rolled 3 8s on this. God,
was a really
welcome to my
joke,
world.
That's its turn as it continues to laugh at the funniest joke ever told. Rufus, it is your turn. You are sort of sandwiched between all of your friends. This strange simulacrum is right up on you. And Bartholomew has put a steady hand on you to protect you.
I hate it.
Enemies to friends to lovers.
To enemies.
To enemies again.
So he didn't. Oh yeah, he failed that. I would like to, I guess, cast a web. Well,
okay.
no, he's.
You'll kind of get everybody in the web probably if you cast a web. Be like this.
Oh. It's not in place, is it? No, at your point of choice, within range.
Oh, where would you like to cast it?
No, he's still prone. So that.
Oh, on the flying being. Yeah, you could definitely do that. You could definitely cast on the flying being.
Just in case he saves, yeah, I want to do that.
Okay. Will you read web to me? What it does?
Yeah, you conjure a massive, thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice within range. The webs fill a 20-foot cube from that point for the duration.
Cube.
Difficult terrain, and obscure their area.
Great. And
So
do they
you're
have to make
Spider-Man.
so this web sort of lands on this being. Do they have to make any save if they try to move out of it?
It's a save for it to work, I think. Yes. Hang on. Yeah. Where did it go? Well, there's nothing around him that it could go up against, right? Because if it's not, then it just lands on the creature and goes away by my next turn. So it just, like, tangles him up. If there's nothing for it to, like, be stuck between.
There's nothing for it to be stuck between, but it could, like, stick to the ground if you want it to become, like, difficult terrain or something like that.
Yeah, if it can, like, lay over him.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, just let me know what the save is once it gets back to their turn, I think.
Yeah, it's a Dex 14.
Dex 14.
Doesn't it
Now.
automatically fail Dex when it's incapacitated?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Anthony, you want to follow up on that for me?
Because
Here,
on
I'm
its
gonna look it
turn,
up.
it's
I'm
a
gonna look it
strength
up.
save. On its turn, it's a
Oh,
strength
strength
save to
save.
move out of it. But this to actually get the web on there, it is a Dex save.
all right, it's going to make a Dex save.
Wait, I'm looking. Can't take actions or reactions. So a saving throw is not a reaction.
No. Well, either way, it will have to spend its turn. It won't be able to move this turn anyway because it still is incapacitated. So
Cool.
it will still have
This
to
lasts
save.
for an hour.
Yeah, so once it saves, then it will probably have to make a strength saving throw on its following turn. Because it won't be able to save on this turn anyway because it won't be able to move.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a web on top of this creature, which at some point it might have to try and get out of.
It's also flammable, so be aware of that.
Yes,
Oh.
indeed. Up next is Tisryn.
I'm still so scared, but I try again to fling a dart at this llama.
All right, roll an attack.
13.
No, again. Your hand is shaking. It's never been so bad.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
Go ahead and make your save for your fright.
18.
There we go.
Oh.
Nice.
The frightened condition is lifted. You find your sense of self again. You remember who you are. Now you're ready to kick some ass. But it is this simulacrum's turn. And again, it is going to take 3 attacks at you, Rufus. Right up in its grill. First one is a 19 to hit. The second is a 17 to hit. And the third is another 17.
Those all hit, but can I add that I really thought that he was down and I did not look at the board during my turn, and I massively screwed that up.
That's okay. That's 18.
Well, very good to
24 points of damage as it just slips the blade in you 3 times.
Oh.
I'm fully dead.
No,
You're
you're
like-
not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're
Fully
not.
dead?
I have 11
No,
points
how-
of.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
you're not totally
No.
dead.
No. It would have to
How?
go then fully back more than your total below 0.
Oh, then my total?
Than your
Never
total.
mind.
Your reverse, like your opposite total. Like if you have a
Got
total
you.
of 30, you would have to go minus 30.
Okay,
Total.
yeah, then I'm down.
How many hit points did you have?
I had 11.
11? Yeah, so you are down with 1 failed death save. Because one of
This
those
is-
would have happened after you went down. Because they're 3
All
separate attacks.
because I wasn't paying enough attention.
So
This
you
is
all
what-
watch, and Bartholomew as well. Everyone sort of looks over in horror as 2 of the blades go in. The second one, the second stab pulls out, and you can see this spurt of blood as Rufus sort of goes white. And as Rufus is falling, another blade slips into him and pulls out again as this strange water creature like sloshes around, looking less and less like Stefan. As you are unconscious with 1 death fail.
I've
Tuyen.
never felt so stupid.
You got a web on that thing, though. Way to go. Tuyen, it is now your turn.
Okay, I would like to run around the side and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level
Yeah,
on.
you can come here. Yeah.
Wait, can I? Actually, I don't know if I can cast it, but I can use the prayer beads.
You can definitely do that.
So sorry.
And they are at 2nd level. Okay.
Rufus!
I'm so sorry. But at
I
least
will-
I'm sticky webbing.
Yeah, I will use one of the Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
All right. You clutch onto these prayer beads you received earlier. How much healing?
8 points of healing.
8 points of healing. Breath
That's it?
pulls back into your chest as you see everybody sort of looking down at you just in fear and horror. But you are back awake. It is now Jeeps' turn.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh God, Rufus, you're not fine. You're bleeding everywhere.
I'm fine.
Jeeps is also going to try and hit this creature again. And he misses again, sort of freaking out. Bartholomew is then going to, let's see here. Try and use his exponential lash ability, which he pulls like this sort of rope of energy and tries to hit the simulacrum, which he does successfully.
Exponential rope? Is that what it's called?
Exponential lash.
Lash?
Lash. Like a...
Like a... No, I understand that. Exponential.
It can extend very, very far, as far as he wants it. But in this case,
Exponentially, even.
Yeah,
I like
there
how
you go.
close you got to the camera. That was fun.
And it sort of whips at this simulacrum, and another splash of water comes out. Up next is the flying whore. It's going to make another saving throw.
At the end of its turn.
At the end of its turn, it succeeded, so it is no longer incapacitated, but that is its full turn. My goodness.
So you win the web.
Rufus, it is your turn. You're prone on the ground. You have 8 points of HP. This thing looks like it's trying to kill you.
Or as Rufus would say, HP.
Nice.
Get out of here.
Nice. Nice.
I do that. I was gonna say I do that thing. It's not a thing of dying and then waking back.
Everybody does that, right?
That
All
thing
the
of that
time.
when you wake back up. Yeah, but like come to again saying I'm fine and like holding my hands up, so everybody backs away a little bit. Like a very embarrassed dad.
Sure. It's like you fell on a scooter. You fell on a scooter.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
You just
It's like I
flesh
fell
wounds.
on a scooter as an adult.
Yeah.
As like a,
Yeah,
as
it's
like
like
an
if I
adult
fell on a
adult.
scooter.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Do you
I'm
stand back
fine.
up?
I'm
And
good. I'm
what
good.
would you like
Yeah.
to do with your turn?
He's right next to me though, isn't he?
He's right on top of you, and he looks to be bearing down for another flurry.
Please. back
Okay,
up.
then I'm going to back away. I want to go just around. Who's next to me?
This is Bartholomew next to you.
Okay, I want to go behind Bartholomew, towards the flying.
He's going to
Wedge.
get an attack of opportunity if you move out of his space, unless you'd like to disengage.
I want to disengage.
All right.
Oh,
You spend
God.
your action disengaging 5, 10, 15.
That's fine.
Here?
A little further away from the boy.
20, 25, 30.
Off the screen. Yep.
off of this.
Oh my god, my bad.
It fully.
there they are.
I want to disengage, but Rufus, I don't know if he would.
It's up to you. Up
Oh, fuck.
to you.
I'll do it, but while I'm saying I'm fine the entire
All right.
time.
All right. A sort of
I'm fine,
trail
give
of
me a
blood
second.
dripping behind you. Tisryn, it is your turn. You've seen this simulacrum stab your friend.
I fly down with my quarterstaff brandished and I whack him in the head,
All right.
flanking him.
You're flying down, quarterstaff out, thunk. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Okay, the first one is 15.
15 misses. As you swing and you see it turns around and just barely moves out of the way.
Okay, then I reach deep inside for key point and flurry of blows, whack at him with my talons.
All right.
That is definitely gonna hit. That's a 26 to hit.
Roll damage.
So that's with my talons, and as I do it, and then I want to knock him. Well, he needs to make a save.
Sure.
So I want to try to knock him prone.
What's okay?
But first damage. Sorry.
All right.
So that is 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay. He
And
rolled
then-
a
and the
16 on his dex save.
Okay, he did save, and then I want to try one more time.
All right.
One again. You said 15 misses. No, sorry, 19.
19 hits. 19 hits.
Correct.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
And that is 9 points of slashing damage.
Tisryn, you pull your claw back. You slash through as this sort of strange, watery version of Tuyen's mortal enemy sort of turns to look at you, its face like distorting, almost filled with water. And as it sort of like goes to speak or yell at you or scream, you slash through it and you see it just almost immediately turns into this pile of snow as you
That was for Rufus!
have killed it. Finally,
Finally, I did something useful!
you also see as it dies, like a lot of its its physical body turns to snow, but its clothing actually sticks around. There's a white shirt and some black pants left behind.
Is there a naked Stefan running around campus?
Tuyen, it is your turn. This flying whore is encased in some sort of webbing. You don't really know what it's going to do or how dangerous it is.
Okay. I would like to charge at it.
Okay.
And try to make an attack.
15, 20, 25, 30. You can, I think you can just get in range.
Okay.
You can just, I'm going to let you do that. Go ahead and make an attack with advantage because it is still prone.
Okay. I'm going to try to hit with my short sword. And that is, with advantage, a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
All right.
Sneak attack damage.
Yes.
Yes, with your sneak attack.
On total, that is, math is hard, 13.
13 points of damage. You sort of stab down, sort of slicing at one of its wings that is sort of spread out before you. Anything?
I say, take that, stupid whore.
Anything you'd like to do with your bonus action? Give out Bardic Inspiration?
I already gave my Bardic Inspiration to Rufus. So...
You have more than one, right?
No, I just have the one.
Okay.
I just have the one.
We'll take a look at that later because I'm sure that's wrong.
I think it's because I haven't leveled up. Like, my Bard is still at level 1.
Okay.
So that might be an error on my part. Should I be Bard level 3?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't leveled up in a while.
I know. I've been holding you guys back. All right. Up next.
Yeah, that's it.
Up next is Jeeps, who's also going to charge forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to fling one of his little stars with disadvantage. A natural 20, but also a 17, which is going to hit. So that is going to be 1d4. Let me just grab a d4 over here. For 3 points of damage, as a little star whizzes by you, Tuyen, and sort of sticks in the shoulder of this creature. Up next is Bartholomew. Let's hit it. Yeah. Bartholomew is going to come 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Kind of close to this creature. And is again going to use this exponential lash attack. Which is like this... It's like this long rope of energy. Let's see if this hits.
I think of like an eyelash.
He plucks an eyelash and it turns into a long rope of energy. Unfortunately, with a 6, that's going to miss. It sort of slams at the ground nearby. Up next is the flying whore. Let's see if it gets its screech back.
I thought we changed it.
No, it's back. It's now a total whore. So it needs to make a strength saving throw to get out of this web. All right, it's going to make a strength saving throw. It is not very strong. It is not very strong.
Against my spell save DC.
I think it passed.
And it's restrained?
With an 18, or with a 16. Did 16
Damn it,
pass? Yeah. 16 pass, so it is able to stand up, and it stands right next to you. See this horrible creature. It's like these long, short, like teeth that are almost like...
Long, short.
God damn it, I'm so... Thin! I meant thin! Long, thin teeth. Long, thin teeth that sort of like, almost like some weird undersea creature. This horrible, like, almost like white eyes. And it takes these claws and tries to claw you, Tuyen. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
So you take 9 points of slashing damage and 6,
Ouch.
8, 10, 13 points of psychic damage as this like grips into your body in this wave of just horrible energy just soaks into your mind, causing you just so much pain.
I fall prone.
And you are unconscious. The creature then turns and sort of snarls at Bartholomew. Rufus, it is your turn.
The prayer beads are on your person.
This
right?
is true.
Although I will say I was just holding them, so they're probably...
They are an attuned item, so you wouldn't be able to grab and use them, unfortunately.
Oh, shit. Okay. Can I yell, Tisryn, grab him and fly away? And then can I move... Everyone's in my way. Can I move to the right? To the sorry, yeah, either way is fine, but towards the side of, towards the right side of the book.
Like, what? Like, this way?
Yes, that's,
Gotcha.
that, yes.
5,
just
10,
just so
15,
I, yeah.
20. That's 20 feet of
enough.
movement? All right.
That's enough. And then cast a first level chromatic orb.
All right, go ahead and make an attack.
But with fire.
Okay.
And let me see if that actually hits.
Because the web is flammable.
19 to hit.
Now that might kill Tuyen if that whole web lights on fire.
Oh shit.
Because this whole area will go up in flames, basically. And I just want to make sure you don't kill your friend.
I don't want to kill my friend. I don't want to kill my
Unless
friend.
you do want to kill your friend, then you can make a very
God.
conscious decision to do that.
No! I'm gonna change that to, God, no, would anything not... I mean, yeah, can I make it so that it just leaves... It just leaves Tuyen out of the range?
You can try.
Well, you're doing chromatic orb, or
Yeah, it's
what are you
chromatic
doing?
orb, but the web is flammable, so it doesn't have... I don't have to use fire.
Yeah, you can use...
Right.
If you use fire, it will probably catch on fire. If you use anything else, you won't hurt Tuyen.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna use lightning instead,
Great.
and I'm gonna do it in a way that is just out of the diameter of Tuyen.
Okay.
So
Chromatic orb is just hits the one. It just hits the one person. Chromatic orb.
That's true.
Yeah.
But if you're throwing fire into a flammable web...
No, I understand that. Yeah. No,
Yeah. If
That's
you use
fair.
lightning,
Like-
it's not going to
Yeah.
to do anything. Definitely not.
That's not a lot. Okay. It's
Did it hit? What did it?
What can I use Bardic for inspiration for again?
You can use it for an attack roll, so you can roll a d20, add a d6 to it.
I would like to do that.
All right.
Okay. So that's a 9 plus a d6, which is going to be a 4. 19?
what?
Math? 9 plus 4,
13.
which I can't do right
13.
now.
A 13 is going to miss, unfortunately.
Wait, no, I already hit. That's the damage.
What did you roll?
Oh no,
to hit?
you can't add bardic inspiration to damage.
Yeah, just to hit.
Oh.
What did you roll to
so
hit?
It was a 9. Oh, to hit it was what was it? It's in this. Hang on.
It was more than 16.
Yeah, it was 19.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Yeah, so
Just 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Yeah, I mean, this creature, you can tell, like, it's not a very sturdy creature. The lightning sort of ripples through its body and sort of electrocutes it for a second. You've definitely heard it as it's sort of like it does this like weird screech. Up next is Tisryn.
Rufus, I need to kill this creature first. And I fly over so I can get to it.
You go right up to this creature, wing to wing, a winged battle.
I'm taking my quarterstaff and try to hit it in those long, short teeth.
God damn it! God damn it! I regret everything.
17 hits.
17
yes.
will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Smack. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and then another key point for my flurry of blows.
Okay.
Oh, no, that misses. That absolutely misses 100%
Okay.
of the time because that was only a 10. And one more time, try. Dig deep. That is a 21.
A 21 hits. Roll damage.
and that would be 6 points of slashing damage.
6 points of
And
damage.
I want to knock it prone again.
All right, it's going to make a dex save. It is a pretty dexterous creature. And that's going to probably pass with a 23.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It does
Oh, yeah.
pass.
you did your best.
Tuyen, give me a death save.
It's been so long since I've done this. How do I
Roll
do that
a d20. A 10 or above is a pass. A 9 or below is a fail. A 1 is 2 fails, and a 20 is you are up with 1 hit point at the start of your turn.
Okay, I got 18, so that's succeeds, right?
You have 1 success. 1
Yes.
success. Bartholomew looks over his shoulder back.
What about Jeeps?
Oh yeah, sorry. Jeeps. It is indeed Jeeps' turn. Jeeps is going to try and come a little closer. 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, if you go 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to try and stabilize you, Tuyen. Use his urn to make a medicine check. He has no bonus in medicine, so it's just going to be a straight roll. That was a 2. He attempts to perform some sort of triage on you, but he just sort of puts his hands down. And, you know, there was like a scratch wound, but it was really this psychic damage which put you unconscious, and there's nothing he can find to do. Up next is Bartholomew. Bartholomew looks over his shoulder back at you, Rufus, and says, "What should I do? What should I do?"
Can you heal him?
No, I don't have healing capabilities.
Well, then just grab him and pull him this way.
All right. He's going to go up and move him 5,
I'm just dragging my
10.
I don't know.
Far. He pulls you out front of this creature. He's not super strong, so he can't pull you very far. But that is how he spends his turn. Actually, he could probably pull you a little farther because he's going to spend his action too. 5, 10, and 15. He pulls him all the way back to you and sort of looks back at you, Rufus.
I don't say thank you. I don't say anything.
Fair enough. Up next is the flying whore.
Stop it!
It is going to make a claw attack at you, Tisryn. Straight in front. You see it pulling back its horrible black, short, long claw to strike at you. Does a 20 hit? Adjusted? 20 hits, so that's going to be 9 points of slashing damage and 5, 11, 15. Wow. 21 points of psychic damage.
I'm down.
Wow. And Tisryn falls over backwards, down.
No!
Not all of us. Oh my god.
Rufus, it is your turn. This creature is absolutely hurt. It is...
Why don't you roll your 2s now? You roll your 2s. Jeeps.
It's true. It's true. This creature is very hurt.
Bartholomew's completely unharmed, correct?
Correct.
Motherfucker. Alright. That's so silly. I am gonna cast another and I'm gonna cast another first level chromatic orb and I would like to let's just see if it hits.
And you can use your bardic inspiration on that if you'd like.
I'm going to need to, yeah. That was an 8. That is a 22 to hit.
A 22 to hit?
Yep.
That's definitely going to hit. Roll damage.
I want to make it acid.
Acid. Okay.
That's 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You pull this sort of ball of spitting, swirling acid energy. You fire it off, your hands shaking. 2 of your friends are unconscious. This creature turns to look at you. It opens its mouth to scream as if it's about to charge at you next. The acid smashes into its open mouth, and you can see its face starts to burn away as it falls over backwards, dead.
Oh, thank God.
And you guys are out of initiative.
Oh.
I have to roll a death save.
You can roll a death save. I think.
But you don't have to now that we're out of initiative, right?
No, yes, you do.
You still
Yeah.
You do.
Well,
I'm gonna...
it's not your turn. Oh, yes, it's your turn now, Tisryn, so you can roll a death save.
Oh boy, I can't wait to roll
fail.
a death save.
1 fail. Tuyen, you can roll a death save too.
Oh boy, oh boy. I also failed.
All right, 2 fails.
Can I do something now?
Not yet. Jeeps is over here. He's going to try and stabilize Tisryn. Fail. And
He's not a doctor.
Bartholomew is going to try and stabilize Tuyen. Success! Bartholomew, with a 19, puts his hands onto Tuyen, sort of grabs him by the head and almost like shakes his head to try and clear him of this energy. And Tuyen starts breathing a little bit more steadily. After that, you actually see out of the house come running Zachary Green. Zachary Green charges out of the house, seeing you down, and is charging to you, Tisryn, but he is a little bit a ways away. Rufus, it is your turn. You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get 30 feet of movement to try and stabilize. Or if you have a potion or something, I feel like you guys must be stocked on potions.
So we're still in initiative?
We're still in initiative because nobody
For
has
death
any
saves,
healing.
yeah.
For death saves. Okay, I do have...
But just death save. You're not being harried by any creatures or anything like that.
I have... No, I've used my potion of healing, or I gave
Okay.
it to one of you.
I do
Okay.
have mine on my person still.
You can roll an investigation check to try and find it.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, and you're right next to me. Okay. One moment. There we go. That's gonna be dirty 20.
You rapidly searching through all of Tuyen's random pirate pockets that he has.
Sorry.
Thankfully,
Sorry.
Thankfully, his outfit is actually not super pocketed, and you immediately light upon this potion. You charge with just enough movement to get to Tisryn and pour a potion down his throat. Tisryn barfs it up and continues to die.
How much healing?
Oh.
Let me, it's 2d4 plus 2.
Who rolls it? Do I roll it, or does Blue roll it, or?
Blue, why don't you roll it? 2d4 plus 2.
Magical red fluid.
7. 7
points of healing. You as you sort of take stock of the scene, you can see everyone at the party is sort of like scared, looking out the window and pushing forward through the group. As you all sort of take stock, you see Mina Lee with like her long blue hair, and she sort of stands out in front and she says, I demand to know what is going on here. This is crazy. What is happening? We demand to know. We deserve to know.
There are Slamalamicans running around the campus.
Oh god, couldn't even try to stop that.
What do you mean? What's a Slamalamicon? Why are they here? I don't understand.
We do not know why, but there are Slamalamicons that run around trying to impersonate other people, and we've had to destroy multiples of them. And it has almost killed 2 of us, 3 of us. It almost killed all of us.
Yeah.
Look, we don't know exactly what's happening, but it seems like some things have been coming after our friend, and I think everyone should just be on the lookout and be careful. And that's all we know. We don't know anything else.
As you're saying that, Moonswallow sort of steps forward and gives Mina Lee a very sharp elbow in the side and just says, "Leave them alone. They just saved our asses." And tries to get her to leave you guys alone after everything.
Am I still
Thank you,
unconscious?
Moonswallow.
No, you're up. You're up. Actually,
Okay. Wait,
you
I
can,
was stabilized.
You're
right?
stabilized. I think after a moment you're like sort of back with 1 hit point. You're extremely bad as people are sort of tending to you. Zachary Green runs over and sort of tends to you. You see this sort of unfamiliar face. And you're back
Wait,
up.
I know who Zachary is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
I've met him once, or a couple times.
I also
Okay,
reach deep into myself and I heal myself for a little with my key point with quicken healing.
Very nice. Very nice.
Just a
Okay.
little bit.
Is anybody inside the house capable of healing? Does anybody have any medicinal ability?
You see River the Understanding pushes their way through and says, "What's going on? I'm sorry. I didn't even understand this was going on. I was upstairs and I
Were they
missed
at
everything."
the party?
Yeah,
Yes.
they were at the
Yes.
party. I think you played a
Yes.
drinking game with or no, read the fortune.
And she casts she can cast Mass Healing Word, I think.
Oh,
Mass healing word. I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So everyone takes, just do it at a higher 2,
That's a good skill. I
4,
want to have that skill.
8,
so very good.
12.
Wow.
15 points of healing.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Thank you so much, River. Thank you.
Thank you, River.
And I limp over to Trina Lee and I say, "Were you scared?"
Her face. I'm not even gonna have you roll for that because that is fucking amazing.
Oh my god.
Her face drops. Absolutely drops as she realizes you have effectively scared her. She reaches into her pocket and says, This is yours now. Frustrated, clearly frustrated to have been just absolutely taken to task. She hands you a piece of paper, which you would recognize is her target, and it, of course, reads Tommy Tracks.
Can I do a thing of like, I point as if like we did this on purpose?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, that was fantastic. Take a point of inspiration,
Oh,
Ian.
that's funny.
That
That's
was
so
you.
good.
incredible.
Thank you.
The party sort of starts to wind down. The energy is sort of, dispersed, and people are kind of afraid and freaked out. And Tisryn Moonswallow comes over to you and says, listen, that was pretty cool, the way that it looked like your mind was sort of like exploding when that thing clawed you and you were gonna die, and it's like so cool that you almost died but then you came back to life. So I was just wondering if we could be friends or whatever.
Yes, please. I was more frightened of that thing than I ever think anybody's ever been frightening to me before, ever. I could not shake it.
I think that's pretty
So-
cool to be frightened.
It's cool that
of,
I was frightened.
Yeah, of a horrible monster, most people are
yes.
frightened of talking or dancing or something, but you were frightened of a horrible monster that almost killed a bunch of people. And so I think that's pretty neat. That sort of is kind of cool. So whatever.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you. I'll never be frightened of dancing.
she gets wary for a second and says, I know. And she puts her hand up for a high five. Yeah, and she also makes a sound and do high five together.
Aw, friendship.
Uh,
Is Ahmed around?
yeah, actually, like Ahmed sort of pushes past and comes up to you and says, like, is there anything I can do to like help? Oh my God, like, are you okay?
I'm not okay, but I'm just really glad that you're safe and that everyone else is safe. And oh my God, we all could have died today. That would have been really, 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 really bad.
Ahmed sort of puts his arms around you and turns back to the sort of crowd and says, like, everybody, give it up for Tuyen, who freaking saved us all. Come on. And everybody starts like kind of clapping and pointing at you and is like kind of like excited and feeling it. And he sort of looks at you and smiles and says, you did save us. Thank you. I'm glad you didn't die out there.
Tuyen wipes away some tears.
You see, sort of drinks are being passed to you. No experimental liquors, just a lot of Big Al's Bud. And for a moment, people like reconvene and share a drink and like share a moment, and then people start to head out. As you're sort of walking back, will you all roll an investigation check on the clothing left behind by this simulacrum?
I was gonna burn it.
8? You're gonna burn it. You spit on it. Yeah, totally.
I got a nat 1.
A nat 1, yeah. Tuyen, you're just like wanna, yeah.
Burn it.
Rufus, you see something which catches your eye. You know, it's this white shirt, pretty pristine. There are some rips in it, but it's mainly just like wet from this water and then the melting snow. But you see these few droplets of red that catch your eye. And at first you just sort of write it off as blood, but that doesn't make any sense because this creature wasn't bleeding. And as you look a little closer, you realize that these are little wine stains, little droplets of wine.
Dun, dun, dun!
And I think that's where we'll take an intermission, friends. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we are back. Hello, everybody. The aftermath of this fight is sort of hanging heavy in the air. People are starting to head back and leaving. I'll just say from a metagaming sort of standpoint, we're reaching sort of the end game of this season, this first year. So I don't really know what you all want to do now. There's some hanging stuff. Bartholomew is there. He's looking very sort of sullen and inward, sort of contemplating everything that's happened, and is sort of withdrawn. There are still some of your friends sort of milling around this house. The ghost Ara is kind of cleaning and tidying up. Seems like most of the faculty who is there is now left. So what do you all want to do?
I want to say to Rufus, thank you, Rufus, for saving my life.
Oh, I didn't. Any of us would have done that. I'm sorry that it had to go that way.
What do you mean you didn't? You saved my life. You gave me the potion.
I know I did, but I did what any of us would have done, and I'm sorry that it went so badly for all of us.
It was very scary.
Yeah, that was probably the closest we've all been to actually dying. I mean, I know y'all have gotten close a couple times, but
I did find I want to show them the shirt sort of quietly. I did find this on the shirt.
Is that blood?
I don't think it's blood. I think it's wine. That's
my
the face
God.
that I'm making internally. That's right.
Ever since he stepped on Hamburger, I have not felt good about PA Witherthorn, and I definitely feel like we should be very, very careful
We need to tangle with him. We need to tangle with him.
He's obviously some things. I mean, he's been offering everyone alcohol for the entirety of the time that we've been at this school, and he also had like a complete breakdown in his own house by himself.
Well, he has been going through a lot. I mean, his wife died, but
I don't know if that's even true anymore.
Do you think we should tell River the understanding?
I think maybe we could tell River. River seems... I mean, Rufus, do you trust River?
River's probably the only person that I would trust on the faculty. But then again, I don't even know if that would help us, or if it's better to just keep it to our knowledge and try to deal with him ourselves and see if we can figure something out. I feel like if River would know something, they would have told me.
Right, but now
maybe,
we can let River know.
Yeah, I agree with Tisryn. I think Tisryn's right that we should tell at least one teacher who could help us, who has maybe, a bit more power than we do, because we're great fighters, but also we did just almost all die fighting only two creatures, and it's possible that PA might have an entire simulacrum army. I mean, God knows.
Yes, that's true. We should use great lightly.
Maybe we could also try to recruit some other students. I mean, I feel like there's powers in numbers, so maybe Zachary Green. I mean, Tisryn, would you be willing to talk to him? See?
Of course. And Bartholomew, thank you. You did excellent thing with your eyelashes.
Oh,
he
was
is not
Bartholomew
here.
a part of the conversation? I did not realize Bartholomew.
Absolutely not.
You shout over to Bartholomew, who's like sort of all the way at the other side, and he sort of looks up, sort of you catch him out of like an inward moment. He starts to make his way over towards the three of you and says, "Yes, well, it's just a few things I've been working on.
You did better than I did.
Well, I I stayed farther away than you. He smiles at you kind of politely. And he turns to you, Rufus, and reaches into his bag and pulls out this book, which, Tisryn, you haven't seen yet. And immediately you recognize it as like a sister of the book you have. It's not the exact same, but the markings on the outside are the same. It's almost just a different shade. The size is the exact same. And he says to you, Rufus, if you'd like to have a look at this, just let me know. I'll be around. And he sort of slips it into his bag again, and then says to you, Rufus, and if you want to take on my father, we're going to have to do a lot better than that.
Wait, Rufus, what does he mean by that?
He means we almost died.
No, I meant the first part of that, Tisryn. What? Take on his father? What's happening?
Sorry, that was me responding to that. Fucking bullshit.
Rufus is just laughing. Wheezing.
I'll explain that later. Did he just walk away?
He's like sort of packing himself up. He's very withdrawn, very sullen, and just sort of feels like unless there's something else you want to say or any of you want to say, then he'll probably just make his way away. He's not running away from you guys.
Okay.
Thank you for fighting with us, Bartholomew. I really thank you for stepping in.
Of course, I don't believe we've met officially. I'm Bartholomew, dare say. I've heard of you, of course, Tuyen and Tisryn.
Oh.
Talk
You're
of campus.
Rufus's friend, right? You're Rufus's friend in the student government
I would call us colleagues, perhaps.
Okay.
Rufus is doing that nervous laughter when everything's just too uncomfortable. Amazing.
I'm sensing as an empath, I'm sensing
I'm still pissed off at that.
I just don't respond to that. I'm just like
anything else you would like to say before he sort of starts to walk off? No. He just starts.
I need to the book.
Do you want it now?
Yes,
Do you
actually.
want to take it with us?
is that safe?
He turns back.
I don't have my book anymore, right? I didn't get my book back, right? No, it's
No, you
still
did.
With,
You did.
I got it back.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it back.
I
You got
take
it
out
back.
my book and I show. Where did you get that book?
Yeah, his eyes sort of go wide for a second, and says, "Another? My goodness."
Yes, this was given to my mentor at the monastery where I've trained, and he's been very, very ill.
How ill?
Very bad
What do you
shape.
mean ill? He sort of cuts you off, jumping in immediately.
He's like comatose, like he's fading away.
He looks at you, Rufus, says, "That's the same thing that's happening to my sister."
Yes.
not-
That's why we
not
want
good.
to take
What-
a look at the book.
Where did that book come from?
He looks around. He says, he just like wants to draw you away from the rest of the house to talk in private. I'm not sure where my father acquired it. Perhaps here on campus when he was a student. But he's been using it to acquire limitless wealth, it seems. And he has been feeding into it dreams of Rufus's mother, other family members, my sister, and I think he was hoping me as well. I believe I can speak to what's in this book or what's connected to this book, but I don't know what awaits me or us.
So scary.
Indeed.
But how does it? So he gave the book because the book was in the monastery and the Golgolo was reading it, but we did not know at first what was happening. And from reading the book, what is it? Somebody uses the book. How does he use the book to do this?
I don't know. I simply have an understanding a directive of how to be in contact, but I don't really understand what will happen after that.
Be in contact with what or with whom?
I don't know.
I do not think you should be in contact. Dangerous.
Well, there's some things that I need to go and discuss with his father, and I think that whenever we can do that, and I look at him, then this is something that we can figure out.
Could we come with you?
Yes, yes. Not now, of course, but obviously, if this is something, if he's the only person that we know of at this moment that knows how to use these, then that's how we're going to figure out what happened to Kolgola, right? So,
Do you think it's the same? Do you think her father's sent the book to the monastery? Why would that be?
I have no idea. I don't know anything of a monastery, and I don't know if my father would have any connection to that.
But whatever happened to your sister might be the same. It sounds like it's the same thing that happened to Tisryn's mentor.
Yes, very similar. I am compelled to look within this book. I want to know what awaits me, and I believe I will.
Awaits you?
My father has asked me to communicate with this book, and I feel I have no other choice. I can either run away, I can do as Rufus wishes, or I can see what's inside and decide for myself.
You're taking his advice as an option?
Yes, I wish to see what's inside. I'm curious, and perhaps it's something that can be reasoned with, understood.
From what we know of people reading the book, I feel like that's the worst possible decision you could make.
But my father read the book, and he's alive. He's thriving.
Your father understands, obviously, what's happening with it. You don't.
That's true.
I might suggest, which obviously you can do whatever feels right to you, but I might suggest that it's not the smartest thing to do when two people have fallen into a coma after reading the book.
So nice.
Well, if we kill my father without understanding what's within, then how will we ever wake up my sister or your mentor, Tisryn?
Wait.
What I'm saying is that...
I'm looking at Tisryn very confused right now.
I'm ignoring. What I'm saying is that we confront him about this before we do anything else.
There's no confronting him about this. He's a powerful man. You can't confront somebody and expect him to give you an answer.
Anybody can be confronted. Anybody can be confronted.
Could we go back to the...
But some people, if you confront them, they will smash you into little smithereens if you confront them.
You should listen to your friend.
I understand that there are familial difficulties. This is your father, but if it's someone that we or I have no emotional connection to, then yes, you can be confronted.
I don't think you do understand. No, but... He's dangerous. He will hurt you. He will hurt you far worse than these two beings we fought could ever possibly.
He already has. I have no qualms about doing whatever I need to do.
Then you won't find anything.
Do you want to die, Rufus?
No, I don't want to die.
He could kill you.
Well, anyone could kill me at this point.
Not anyone, but some people are better at it than others.
I hate to interrupt, but could we go back to the part where you said that you were gonna kill Bartholomew's dad?
No. I don't know if I look at Bartholomew. I don't know if you would like to explain that, since you brought up the book in front of everyone.
My father and Rufus's family have a bad history together, and Rufus's response to that was to decide that he was going to murder my father, which...
Well, that makes me sound terrible. I don't think that's explaining enough.
Well, then you explain it.
Bartholomew's father killed my mother.
Whoa.
Right. And River was the one who brought her back, but not the same as she was before.
River the
He's
Understanding?
also... Yes, but his father has also harmed basically everyone else in your family. Was trying to harm you as well. I think that's more than enough reason to take action in the way that I would like to.
I
He
agree.
seems very bad.
Have
But
you
if he's
tried-
very powerful, I do not want you to die, Rufus.
Tisryn's right. I think that this is very, very, very dangerous, and we should be extremely careful. If this is what you want to do, I support you, and might want to suggest, like... Might I suggest, like, have you tried talking to him first to see just, like, what happened or why he did what he did?
He stole Rufus's mother's dreams and used them to gain wealth, power, influence, and has continued to steal dreams to do the same ever since. I believe he's done so with my sister, and he intends to do so with me as well.
He's terrible.
Yes, he is terrible. He's
That's
a terrible
awful.
person.
And also, that sounds like something the Arcane would do. Bartholomew, have you heard of the Arcane? Do you know?
He sort of looks confused, says, I don't know what you're speaking about.
I look at Rufus and Tisryn to see if I should tell.
Yes.
I message you and say, absolutely not.
He says, what of the Arcane? As you've already said it out loud.
Hang on. No, before I don't know how much we can actually trust you. I don't. And I'm not able to read if I mean, this is your father, and to be transparent, people have very deep ties to their family, and I don't know how far you would go for your family. I don't know enough about your family, or you, obviously. So I don't know if you're lying, if you're telling the truth. You tried to be my friend and then didn't tell me any of this for months, so I don't know how much we can trust you. I don't think that we need to tell you anything.
He looks down at the ground, hurt, sad, but also with some understanding as well, and says, you're right. You're right. Well, maybe I'll just go and we can speak about this
Wait.
later.
Can we trust you? And I want to ask, and I want to really peer into his soul, and I want to.
He doesn't... Wait, let him speak, Anthony. Let him speak. He could say no. He looks up and says, I think you can trust me. I really only want the best.
I rolled a 7.
He's enigmatically says, I believe you can trust me, and I truly just want the best for me and my sister, and to live a safe and happy life. I don't ask for much.
Seems kosher to me.
Can't always take people at their word.
Take people at their word.
Oh, fuck.
Take them to a place where it's their word is.
Sometimes people lie for whatever reasons they have, so you can't always believe what people say to you.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, and I think you know that, and I've said that, but we don't know enough.
He looks at you and says, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings either, Rufus. Just an unbelievably uncomfortable, tense moment shared as Rufus rolls his eyes. Incredible. At this point, most of the people from the party have sort of cleared out. There's only a few stragglers, and it's really just the four of you. With two of these books between you, kind of standing next to this pile of snow, this sort of dead carcass of this horrible thing, the pieces of clothing sort of lying around this body.
Do we know anything about the Salamalamakas, that the person that they
It's getting worse.
are impersonating? Do they have to be? Can they be alive, or do they have to be dead to become a Salamalamaka?
Oh,
You
I
would
don't know.
You would. Well, everybody roll an Arcana check. Everybody roll an Arcana check.
we never found the teacher again.
14.
14.
Arcana.
18.
18. Okay, Rufus, you did like some research on Salamalamacons. You just need a piece of like them, so like some hair or whatever. You don't.
So they could be alive.
They could definitely be alive. They could definitely be dead too, just on principle.
You just need a physical piece of them to be able to do this. It doesn't mean that they're not dead, but we did never find that teacher. Baskin.
Sometimes I molt and people could pick up my feather and make a Salamalamaka on me.
Oh.
Yeah, that is pretty scary. I mean, Stefan was missing when we went to check his dorm, and there was like a crack in the window that looked like maybe he had gotten slammed, or he had slammed something against the window.
Right. I feel like there was a mutual agreement at some point that we were not going to look into him. Is that still?
You know, I say maybe I might be reconsidering that only because, not because I care at all about Stefan, but only because we need to get to the bottom of this. We need to figure out what's going on. We never found Baskin. We never found.
I care about Stefan. I care about Stefan because I need to kick his ass for you.
Whoa!
Even Bartholomew's eyes go wide. Oh.
Yeah,
Thank you, Tisryn. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really glad that we were able to sit on his bed. I think he deserved that, considering everything he put me through.
If he's dead, I'll feel a little bit bad about it, but not that much.
I
won't. We'll just keep an eye out. We'll keep an eye out for him.
Actually, that's a bit harsh. Maybe I would feel a tiny bit bad, but only because Captain Crowley cares about him so much.
Ooh.
Well, if I ever find the person who gave the book to Kolgola, I think I would want that person dead too.
Well.
But do you think that it's Bartholomew's father? I do not know. But I was trying to think. I have not wanted anyone to. I kind of want to break more plants, though. I want to hurt the office of
Millie.
Millie, yes.
Great.
But I do not want her dead. But I want to hurt more plants of hers.
Oh, like actual plants.
I'm trying to think, because you guys both want people dead. You feel good about people being dead. I do not.
You don't need to.
I
I don't
would-
think it's a good thing necessarily to want people dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily that I want Stefan dead. It's just that if he happened to be dead, I would be like not devastated over it. You know,
And this is like a whole avenging thing. I'm not thrilled about wanting to do this.
Bartholomew is just sort of stunned, just taking on this conversation.
I keep forgetting he's there.
He's still there.
He's just stunned, absolutely stunned.
I just look at him like kind of like giving him this look of like, you can go now. You don't have to still be here.
He says to you, Tisryn, it's possible that whatever is in this book might be able to tell you how your book got in the hands of your mentor. If you
want to find out, I just don't want you to be. I just don't want you to also lose yourself.
If you do want to look into the book, maybe don't do it alone. Like, we can look after your body to make sure that you don't fall unconscious, and if you do, we can try to intervene.
He looks very sad and kind of looks at the ground and says, you all are the closest things to friends that I have, so that would be nice. Whenever, I'll be around. And he sort of turns and walks down the path with the book and heads away. You all are kind of alone at this house now. It's
I want to
kind of...
thank the ghost.
Yeah, you go inside. You can see that sort of the remnants of the party are happening. Ara is still cleaning up. Oh, hello. I'm a little sad that the party ended so soon. It seemed
Well, we almost all died.
Yes.
I know you're dead, but we didn't want to die yet.
No, I didn't want you to die either. It's rather boring being dead, but it was so nice to have company. I do hope we get to do it again soon.
Do you question? Well, first of all, we want to say thank you for doing this and letting us
my
out here.
pleasure, my pleasure.
And I'll come check in on you and we'll play cards or something, and we don't want you to be. We'll throw more parties. But
yes.
Do you happen to like calisthenics?
Do I've never tried them. I've never tried a calisthenic before.
Are you free
It's
in the
sunrise.
morning times before the sun rises?
I live an endless existence without sleep. Time has no meaning. Mornings, nights, evenings, days, they all blend into one. So am I free?
Can you come to the quad, or do you have to stay in this house?
I unfortunately do have to stay here.
Maybe I could fly over here though in the morning and do calisthenics with you.
I was thinking that maybe you could change the location, Tisryn, if you wanted more people to join you.
What are
It's
calisthenics?
just a ghost. And I demonstrate some jumping jacks.
Ah.
I demonstrate some up downs.
Ooh.
And I demonstrate the mountain climbers.
Oh, very challenging.
This is so cute.
If you'll excuse me, I think I have something a bit more fitting. He runs into, like, he just sort of runs through a wall and then turns and runs back out, and he's wearing like a dark wine red tracksuit and says, I believe this is more fitting than my suit.
When did you get a tracksuit?
I'm a ghost. I just sort of have one. We're all given a tracksuit.
Ghosts get tracksuits.
Yes, that's canon
New
and
ghost
lore
lore.
for this world. I wrote
Spanish was a point of we're not sure if it's canon, but getting a tracksuit when you become a ghost.
Yes.
Yes.
That tracks for my personality.
Yeah.
Maybe I would want to
Me
become a ghost
personally.
after all.
It's rather boring, Tisryn, I must say. Life moves very slowly here, but the earthly worries are gone, and that's a plus. My anxiety levels are extremely low.
Aww.
So, it's not all bad. Anyway, I
look forward to it.
As do I, friend. I'll have cleaned up by the time you're back, I'm sure.
But would you like help tidying up?
No, I have eternity to tidy up. Don't waste your precious life cleaning when I can do it.
Aww. We'll see you
Rufus,
again
that is one of the
soon,
kindest
Ara.
things you've ever done for me.
Aside from saving your life.
Yeah.
Yes, but I said one of.
Oh.
If you
that
could
made
just,
me so
if you
happy.
could just pull the body of that creature towards the house, so I could sort of dispose of it properly, so it doesn't fester out in the front yard, that would be
Sure.
lovely.
Should we bring it to Cress, since it was Cress's?
Would she want it back if it's dead?
You're right. Probably not.
Chop it up into little bits and feed it to the wildlife.
I will.
Wow.
That's an excellent. You know, we do have the flail snails that come through. I'm sure they would be happy to consume that.
Are they carnivorous?
Yes, remember they go over the path and consume pretty much anything in their wake when they're feeding, of course.
Right.
So be careful. Just joking.
That's not horrifying at all.
Right. Well, we should probably head out and we'll deal with the horror and.
Yeah, you easily pull it to the front door and sort of using his ghost force energy, he sort of pulls it, draws it in, and the door slams shut behind him. So it's almost a moment of creepiness as you're like, wow, that's a ghost. You all are sort of out front of this house. You can make your way back to the dorms. It's like 1, 2 in the morning. Clear sky, stars overhead as you walk through like this wooded path. It's a little bit more well traveled now that people have been coming back and forth. And you make your way back to your dorm room. At this point, it's kind of up to what you all want to do next. You don't really have any classes on the horizon. You have this book, you know, that Bartholomew says he may be able to sort of get in contact with, maybe even bring you in on it. You have this clue with the wine. Or you can just do whatever else you would like to do as it's getting closer to the end of the year, the end of your first
I need to
year.
find out more about this book because if we're leaving school and I'm going to go back, I need to have that information. So I need to help Bartholomew with this.
Yeah, do we have the book or does he have the book?
He has his book, and you have
has his book.
yours.
I'm not going to try to do it with my book. I do not know what to do. So
I
we can.
think,
I think we should.
First, before we do anything, though, since we're all very badly hurt,
should rest,
take
right?
Yeah,
a
you
long
can take
rest.
a long rest. You bed down. Rufus, which room do you sleep in?
Mine.
Okay. I'm just asking.
I don't like that.
As you lay down, Jeep says, "Good night, sir. Is there anything else I can do for you before you bed down for the evening?"
No, that's all right, Jeeps. Thank you, and get some rest yourself as well.
Sir, I must apologize. I am not quite as skilled in battle as I would have liked, and I apologize profusely for both being insufficient in my ability to protect you and to attend to your friend when they were in dire need. I sincerely apologize, sir.
There's no apology necessary. No, you are not meant to. First and foremost, you are my friend, and we are friends.
But of course, sir.
Right? We're friends. Have we had that conversation?
I believe it was unspoken between us, but I do consider you a friend, of course.
Right, and we're fine. We don't, you know, we all had a rough day, so no apologies for that. You're very good. You're very good in fighting. You're great at it. Sometimes we have off days, and you're fine.
As are you, my lord.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. Good night.
Oh.
Before,
Yeah.
can I just run up?
Yeah.
After he's like set, can I just run off by myself to wherever
Sure.
Bartholomew's room is?
Yeah. I mean, it's very late. It's maybe like 3 a.m. at this point. You sort of cross campus. Bartholomew has a room over in the Bailey School. which is like the School of Finance, where you met Lorelei the Collector that one time. You're able to pretty quickly identify his room because it's one of the nicer suites that they have available, and you knock on the door. After a moment,
I knock like aggressively, like
dunk, 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 dunk. You can hear like immediately like some scuffling. He runs to the door, and the door swings open, and sort of you see a wild-eyed and Bartholomew's. What's the matter? What's going on?
Don't read the book. Don't read the book.
What do you mean?
Don't read the book.
Ever?
Just don't. Don't open it and don't put your eyes on the book. Don't read it.
I was going to wait. But I can't
good.
wait forever. And I won't.
Right. Well, don't read it. Right. Don't read it today. Don't do that.
I won't. I promise.
Okay, goodbye. Turn around and leave. Run back.
Goodbye. You hear?
Aww.
No.
Yeah, all right, so you all bed down, you get a long rest. As you're sleeping, Hamburger sort of slithers up and cuddles into your little neck crook, and then begins to sort of munch at your clothing a little bit. As there is some, like, maybe a bit of beer has splashed on there, and he's sort of lapping it out of your clothing.
Oh, God.
And then he falls asleep on your forehead. And it's very annoying, but you don't want to push him away because he's sleeping. So he's just completely like sprawled and limp on your face.
He's got like endless eye boogers. Like,
Yeah.
they don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you can see he's doing that thing where his eye is sort of like just dropping water and it rolls into your mouth while you're sleeping.
Whoa! That's a lot.
Sorry, that's just the story the dice are telling. It's the morning. You all have your long rest. What would you all like to do?
I want to go back into calisthenics.
You shoot out of the window, fly up. You see as you land, you cover a huge amount of terrain going up the hill. You land in front of this house. You open the door, and standing there is Ara in his tracksuit, and says, "Oh, yes, I was hoping you'd arrive. I had nothing else to do after I finished cleaning the house last night. Lead the way, friend."
I lead the way.
You both perform calisthenics. Ara clearly is very bad, and you see a lot of room for improvement here. Why don't you make a persuasion check to try and teach Ara calisthenics?
Natural 20!
Oh!
Nice.
You see Ara was clearly not an athlete in his day, but you have been waiting for the moment for somebody who is completely wrapped. Wasn't just doing it with you, is completely wrapped in what you're doing. And over the course of half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, however long your calisthenics takes, probably 4 or 5 hours, you teach
4 or 5.
Whoa!
you teach him your calisthenics routine, and he says, "I will be practicing, friend. That was simply wonderful. I haven't felt this energized for many units of time. Thank you.
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Oh.
I'm so grateful. You have brightened my day.
And
Thank
you have brightened my ethereal, endless existence. Thank you, my friend." He also raises his fist.
Oh.
"I'll be practicing," he says as you fly away. As you return, it's still like super early morning. Rufus and Tuyen aren't even close to waking up, but you're back. A few more hours pass before you both wake up, and the day is yours.
Will you go with me to find Bartholomew to look at the book?
Sorry.
Good morning.
You wake up, Tuyen, and Tisryn's face is like right above yours.
Good morning. Is it still morning or is it noon? I do not.
Does it
feel
matter?
good.
Come on, let us go. We have very important work to do.
Breakfast first,
Greet the
maybe.
day, greet the day.
And I grab some food on my way out. Like,
Yeah,
to
you
go.
run out. There is an assortment. There are like pastries.
Get Rufus. Rufus.
There's a bit of cereal. There's like extremely large pancakes.
Ooh.
And there are also a bunch of sausages as well for breakfast.
I just grab like a napkin and then put like a couple pastries and some sausages on the same napkin, just like eating it on my way out
Great.
of the dorm.
Great.
As we're on our way to Rufus's dorm.
Rufus, you hear a knock at your door.
I'm
Hello,
going, I'm
hello.
going.
Good morning. Let's
I'm
go.
coming.
Let's go.
Right, yes.
Very
No, I'm
important.
sorry. I'm good. Yes. Yeah.
Jeep
Oh,
steps
you're-
out and says, "Good morning, gentlemen. I believe I will be joining you."
Your
Come on,
nightgown.
Jeeps.
Your nightgown is so cute. Rufus.
Oh my God! Yeah. So you'll have to change before we go out.
Sorry, shit. I didn't bring. Pants and everything. Just.
Oh yeah, Tisryn, how are you feeling? Was that your first
Yeah.
time consuming alcohol? Was that your first ever time? Or no, you had some wine before with Witherthorn, right?
Yeah, but not this stuff.
Was
You
that your
did
first time recreationally drinking, Tisryn?
No, it was, but I was doing very well.
Yeah, no, that's why I was asking how you're feeling now, because
I
sometimes...
feel I just had a robust calisthenics. I feel like I can take on anything. Let us go.
Wow, he bounces back so fast.
I also just remembered you got a free cast of invisibility from your night of drinking as well.
Oh,
From your
right.
experimental liquor. Or elixir, excuse me. I keep calling it.
Oh.
Anyway, you all mosey with basically Tisryn running forward and then running back, kind of like a dog to try and like get you to go faster. You make your way over to Bailey College and knock on the door. And Bartholomew is dressed. He's wearing like a silver suit. His blonde hair is sort of combed to the side and sort of drapes in front of his face. He's like clearly ready for you and says, come in. You come into his room and it's this large single living space, incredibly well appointed with like really fine furniture. Like everything is very clean and new. The walls are totally clean. It's very different from your spaces, which are cramped and like you have like a bit of lived, they feel lived in. This feels like brand new, totally clean and very, very designed, and a lot of money clearly is at play. He goes to his desk and picks up this small, it's just like a very not, it's not a huge book, but it's he just holds it and says, well, what do you want to do?
We want to make sure you stay safe. So what should we be careful of?
I don't know.
If you're comfortable sharing, Bartholomew, were you present when your sister read this book, or do you know kind of what happened to her?
I'm not 100% sure, but I do think that she was able to communicate with something or someone in or through this book. What I would like is for someone to do it with me, so I'm not alone.
I will do it.
Thank you. He goes to sit on this like large couch. Sits down.
I sit with him.
Sit next to him. He sort of just flips open the book to just a random page and says, this is what my father told me to do. As the other two sort of watch on, he opens it and he says, looks at the book and says, I give you dreams, so you will give me mine. And for a moment, you're just like looking at these strange symbols on the page as he says that, and nothing's happening, and just looking at this weird book that doesn't mean anything. But slowly, Tisryn, it's like the world around you begins to melt. The walls, Rufus, and Tuyen, they almost start to melt out of your vision. Like slowly around you, the world starts to melt and fade and then begins to rush past you. It's almost like it's stretching and pulling. You feel in your head that you're being pulled and pushed at the same time. And you also see, you just out of the corner of your eye, you can see that Bartholomew is having a similar experience of being like pulled and warped. The world around you is going darker and darker, but the book is remaining in focus. It's almost like everything around you is being like spun and like paint spraying everywhere. Slowly in this book, like right in the center, you see this black oblong shape that slowly begins to form into like a three-dimensional object, which slowly reveals itself to form like this long, thin, stretched face. It seems like this face has like light, pale blue skin, deep set eyes, very high cheekbones, and like a long, dimpled chin. It has like almost some light green hair that like surrounds its bald head. And slowly it just comes into view, and it's just the head. There's no neck, and it's just the eyes. The eyes regard you. These like light pale blue eyes regard you carefully. They look over and regard Bartholomew as well. And it begins to speak, and it says, hello, my name is Solom, the Arcane. What dreams do you have to give me? And that's where we'll stop the episode for today.
Oh. The Arcane.
All right. So that's where we'll end it. We'll pick it up right here next time we're back. I'm going cliffhanger now. I'm doing only cliffhangers.
Wow.
Thank you all so much for being with us. Another thrilling episode. Thank you to my players for being so game and rolling with it. Very, very exciting stuff. We will keep you posted on when we are playing next. Anything else on anybody's minds before we head out?
There was almost a TPK.
It was almost a TPK. Oh, there is something else on my mind. Y'all are level 5 now.
Yay!
I remembered. I always forget, and I remembered just in the nick of time.
Awesome.
So do that level 5. Ian, figure out how many bardic inspirations you have, because I know you have more than one.
It says I'm level 1 for Bard, right? Because I when you multi-class, you don't like get to the same
We'll talk about
level.
it off air,
Okay.
and I'll explain it all to you.
Before we go,
yes.
I just wanted to plug our wonderful merch store. We do have
you.
DiscoDoesDnD merch, so go ahead and check that out. The link has been posted by Streamlabs in the chat a few times. Yeah.
Check out the merch. We'll see you on the Discord channel. That's obviously amazing. Thank you to our amazing Super Boots, our Dean of Fun. I forgot what I called you, Super Boots, but you are just killing it in there, and we really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys all so much, and we will see you all very soon. Bye!
Thank you.